After escaping with the aliens, Isaac struggles to process everything he has learned. The answers he spent months searching for only created even bigger questions. Humanity was not simply being observed by visitors from another world. Instead, the aliens themselves were searching for answers. Despite possessing technology far beyond anything humans could imagine, they still could not explain the true origin of existence. The realization stays with Isaac long after the encounter ends. As the alien craft travels through the night sky, Isaac watches the Earth below. Cities appear as tiny clusters of lights while mountains and oceans stretch endlessly across the horizon. For the first time in his life, he feels small. Yet he also feels connected to something much greater than himself. Sarah sits beside him, still recovering from everything that happened. Only hours earlier she had been shot by Graves' men. Now there is no sign of injury. The aliens healed her completely. Carl is equally amazed. After spending decades trying to contact these beings again, he has finally achieved his goal. Yet the reunion is nothing like he imagined. The aliens explain that their civilization has explored countless galaxies. They have encountered thousands of intelligent species. Some civilizations destroyed themselves through war. Others vanished because of environmental collapse. A few evolved into peaceful societies that joined larger interstellar communities. Humanity, however, remains unique. According to the aliens, humans possess an unusual combination of logic, emotion, creativity, and faith. Most intelligent species eventually abandon spirituality as scientific knowledge advances. Humans are different. Even as science progresses, many continue searching for meaning beyond the physical universe. That characteristic fascinates the aliens. They believe it may somehow connect to the mysterious aura they discovered within human beings. Carl asks if the aliens know what happens after death. For the first time, the visitors hesitate. They explain that despite centuries of research, they still do not fully understand consciousness. They can heal bodies, extend lifespans, and transfer information between minds, but the deepest questions remain unanswered. Where does consciousness come from? Why does it exist? And what happens when it leaves the body? Those mysteries continue to challenge even the most advanced civilizations. The conversation lasts for hours. Eventually the craft returns everyone safely to Earth. Before departing, the aliens leave Carl with additional information stored inside one of his devices. They warn him that humanity is not yet ready for many of the technologies they possess. Used improperly, such knowledge could cause enormous destruction. Then the craft vanishes into the darkness. Weeks pass. Although Graves has been removed from power, remnants of the ISRP continue monitoring unusual activity around the world. Reports of strange lights, unexplained signals, and mysterious encounters begin increasing. Some officials suspect the aliens are expanding their observations. Others believe humanity is simply becoming more aware of phenomena that have always existed. Isaac chooses not to return to his old life. His experiences changed him too deeply. The attention from the media no longer interests him. Arguments about whether his footage was real seem meaningless compared to what he now knows. Instead, he focuses on documenting his experiences honestly. Every day he records new entries into his video diary. Sometimes he talks about fear. Sometimes he talks about hope. Most importantly, he talks about the importance of asking questions. Sarah often joins him. Together they discuss everything they learned during their journey. Neither claims to possess all the answers. In fact, they now realize how little they truly know. Yet that uncertainty no longer frightens them. Meanwhile, Carl and Zed begin working together. Combining Carl's decades of research with Zed's technical skills creates surprising results. They establish a hidden network dedicated to investigating unexplained phenomena. Scientists, programmers, engineers, and researchers from around the world quietly contribute information. Their goal is not to prove alien life exists. That question has already been answered. Instead, they want to understand why humanity occupies such an important role in the larger universe. The information left behind by the aliens contains incredible discoveries. Some data relates to medicine. Some concerns physics. Other portions remain impossible to understand. Certain files appear encrypted using mathematical concepts far beyond current human knowledge. Carl believes humanity may require generations before fully decoding them. One evening Isaac receives a message from Carl. The older man sounds unusually excited. A section of alien data has finally been translated. The information contains references to ancient human civilizations. Even more surprising, it suggests that alien observations of Earth began thousands of years ago. Isaac travels to meet Carl immediately. Over the following days, they examine historical records from around the world. Ancient artwork, religious texts, oral traditions, legends passed down through generations. Again and again they discover descriptions that resemble encounters with advanced beings. The evidence is intriguing. However, Carl warns against jumping to conclusions. History is complicated. Coincidences exist. Interpretations vary. The truth requires careful investigation. Isaac agrees. The last thing he wants is to become another sensationalist voice spreading unsupported theories. Instead, he focuses on gathering facts. Months turn into years. Life gradually settles into a new routine. Isaac and Sarah continue building their future together. Although they live far from public attention, memories of their adventure never fade. Sometimes they wonder whether the aliens will return. Sometimes they wonder whether humanity will ever be ready for open contact. Neither question has an answer. One afternoon Isaac reviews old footage from his earliest video diaries. Watching those recordings feels like looking at a different person. Back then he was confused, frightened, and desperate for validation. He wanted everyone to believe him. Now he understands that belief cannot be forced. People accept truth when they are ready. Not before. The lesson reminds him of something the aliens said during their final meeting. Humanity believes that seeing is believing. But believing is seeing. At first the statement sounded like a riddle. Now Isaac thinks he finally understands. People often overlook possibilities because they decide beforehand what can or cannot be real. Sometimes belief acts like a lens that determines what individuals notice. Open minds discover opportunities. Closed minds miss them. The idea applies not only to aliens but to life itself. Years later, reports of strange signals continue appearing around the world. Most are explained. A few remain mysteries. Whenever Isaac hears about a new case, he feels the same curiosity that started his journey. Yet he no longer feels compelled to chase every lead. Some mysteries deserve patience. Some answers arrive only when the time is right. One night Isaac stands outside looking at the stars. The sky is perfectly clear. Millions of distant lights stretch across the darkness. Somewhere among them are civilizations beyond imagination. Some may be searching for answers exactly as humanity does. Others may already know things humans have not yet discovered. Either way, the universe feels less lonely than it once did. Sarah joins him. Together they stare upward. Neither speaks for several moments. Words are unnecessary. The journey that began with a mysterious signal changed everything. It brought together strangers. It revealed hidden truths. It challenged assumptions about science, faith, and existence itself. Most importantly, it taught them that the pursuit of knowledge never truly ends. Every answer creates another question. Every discovery reveals another mystery. And every mystery invites another journey. As the camera slowly pulls away, Isaac records one final entry in his diary. He says that people spend their lives searching for proof of extraordinary things. They search for evidence of life beyond Earth, evidence of purpose, evidence that humanity matters in the vastness of space. Yet perhaps the greatest discovery is realizing that the search itself has value. Curiosity drives exploration. Exploration creates understanding. Understanding leads to growth. The universe remains full of unanswered questions. But for Isaac, that is no longer a source of fear. It is a source of wonder. And somewhere far beyond the stars, the next chapter may already be waiting.